subtract my age from the mileage on my buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work.
Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road. I am Jordan, and today I'm going to talk about Donald Trump fires John Bolton. Yay, I guess? But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is down there in the description box. Click that link, read the story, and donate some money. None of the money goes to us. It's to help someone else out, one of our subscribers and his wife, help them pay medical bills. So if you're into charity and you want to help someone out, please help out Devon at Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link in the description box. All right. So we had some breaking news today that Donald Trump decided to let John Bolton go. It started getting widespread on Twitter, I guess. So here's Trump's tweet. He says, I informed John Bolton last night that his services are no longer needed at the White House. I disagreed strongly with many of his suggestions, as did others in the administration, and therefore I asked John for his resignation, which was given to me this morning. I thank John very much for his service. I will be naming a new national security advisor next week. Interesting. So let's check out sort of like a white hat, black hat type of thing. So you're going to have people like this, just so you get some sort of the reactions that are probably going to happen as a result of this or have already happened. You're going to get someone like this. This is Jennifer Rubin, who is, people have pointed me out to her and, or pointed her out to me. And she is probably a corrupt individual, a corrupt journalist. And what she said is, if Bolton wants to save his reputation, he can render one final service, collect up all the former national security officials and tell the American people just how unfit is this president. It's time for careerism to end and patriotism to start. So, naturally, she'll take this move and shift it towards somehow smearing Donald Trump. She'll take whatever happens. If a kid falls off his bike today, this is the type of person that will twist it into blaming Trump somehow, which is dishonest and will probably, I would say it definitely helps his chances of getting reelected because of people like this. I think I said this to someone. People like shitting on these type of individuals more than they like Trump. So they will go out of their way to favor Trump in order to get rid of these motherfuckers. Meanwhile, they don't really realize that keeps these guys around. It keeps their career going. Because then they'll just complain, and you'll keep looking and watching and reading. They know Trump's fucking Jennifer Rubin. She knows Trump is building her career up. Everything surrounding Trump. So that's all she has to do is play the heel to the Trump fans, and they'll keep promoting her and talking about her. It's a good career move. So that's like a black hat. Now you have a white hat, I would say. Someone who means well. Here you have Tulsi Gabbard's tweet, which is probably going to say more than any other politician. Maybe Ilhan Omar might go further. Maybe. But Tulsi says, good riddance. If Trump really was for peace, he never would have hired Bolton, Pompeo, Haley, and the rest of the neocons in the first place. That is true. Those are fucking neocons. And he hired them from the jump in the first place. Probably for his pro-Israel ties, as Israel is trying to expand their borders even further. So, that type of tweet is the thing you should be I would say, you should be falling in line with as far as I should be considering this idea first. Why were they hired in the first place? Also, you have, if you go back to Trump's tweet, you have this idea, which is something I might lean towards because I get a little more conspiratorial about it, as this was a campaign move. This was a move to get reelected by telling his audience, see, I got rid of the bad guy. I started draining the swamp. It's like, wait, but you hired him in the first place. That's why Tulsi Gabbard's tweet is so good. You hired these guys in the first place, and then you get rid of them and say, look how good I did. This reminds me of Syria, right? I'm pulling troops out of Syria. I'm going to lower the number of troops in Syria. Like, meanwhile, it's like, you ramped up the number in the first place. So you pulling them back out doesn't mean much to me. Also, you have this. Check this out. Let's see if I can do this. Check this out.
I think President Trump, I watched his campaign. I've now worked with him first as CIA director and now as Secretary of State.
Remember, this is like them talking during a press conference after Trump announced Bolton was gone.
Someone asked, would the policy be different absent any individual being here? These have been the president's policies. We give him our best wisdom. We share with him our understanding. When I was intelligence director, we did our best to make sure he had the facts and data available so he could make good decisions. But I don't think any leader around the world should make any assumption that because someone of us departs, that President Trump's foreign policy will change in a material way.
So these are all Trump's things happening. These are all his foreign policies according to Mike Pompeo. So I question, like, why was Bolton there? If Trump's making the decisions and he wants certain guys around him to feed him information, to tell him, to advise him, not to tell him what to do, but to advise him to say, okay, maybe this is a good idea, maybe this is a bad idea. Why does it happen to be these neocons that Tulsi Gabbard points out? Why would he do that in the first place? Now, some are going to say the Israel shit. I think that's plausible. Definitely plausible. That plays a role. Some might say, he's not really the president. It's these guys dictating policy and shit like that. And this was a move, firing Bolton was a move to get him reelected, to say, see, I'm not a neocon. I fired John Bolton. See, I'm against the military-industrial complex because I fired John Bolton. It's like, well, you still have Pompeo there. You still have Pompeo, who's your Secretary of State, I believe. Was the head of your CIA. And we've heard the quotes from him in regards to foreign policy. So, Trump fans. Trump is on the hook for ramping things up with Iran, for increasing troops in Syria, for increasing troops in Afghanistan, for the coup attempt in Venezuela. All these foreign policy blunders, bombing Syria, blaming them for chemical attacks with no evidence at all. Right? We complain about Iraq and the WMDs, right? Why aren't you complaining about him bombing Syria without any evidence? Then we come to find out that there was no evidence because most likely the Assad government didn't do these bombings, these chemical weapons attacks. So I understand, like, not voting Democrat. I get that. I'm not voting Democrat. I understand that, not voting Democrat. I understand that. But how could you turn around and then vote for Trump? Like, are you being tricked by him hiring Bolton and then firing him? To say, like, look, you got rid of a corrupt guy. He hired him in the first place, though. I don't know. Leave it in the comments section, and please explain it to me. Is it you're so afraid of what Democrats are going to do? It's like, oh, free healthcare is going to crash the economy. See, look at the things you're arguing against. Oh, free healthcare. Oh, no. College, you can't do that. But instead, you'll take the guy who hired Bolton in the first place and still has fucking Pompeo right there. He's still right there. He still works for him. They still ramped up things with Iran. Still. They still attempted a coup in Venezuela. In fact, Trump's reason, or Trump's, I'd say, disagreement with Bolton was that Bolton didn't do it fast enough. I think Bolton told Trump that the coup would be over like that. They'd get in there, take over the country, and then get out of there. Not our military, but us funding other militaries to do it. Funding the Guaido regime to do it. And Trump was upset that they didn't do it fast enough. Come on, son. That's neocon behavior. Surrounded by neocons. A neocon behaving president with surrounded by neocons. He has nothing, man. He's gonna have to hire Ron Paul, and Ron Paul would probably get fired within a week, because he'd be like, "These guys are doing this. They lied here. So it's like, the freak, man. I mean, no offense to Trump fans. I understand why you guys voted for him. But at this point, of all the shit we've seen so far, this is not panning out in the way you think it is. You're now focused on fighting communism and socialism. It's like, you guys can do better than that. At least fight for your own interests, not against someone else's interests. Fight for your interests. And you have your guy, you have Trump in the White House. Fucking make sure he knows. Make sure he knows that he's not, following your interests. Anyways, that's it for me. Please subscribe if you like. Comment, agree, disagree. Put out information in the comment section to prove your point. Something like that. I will respond. Don't worry. I get to all the comments. You guys putting fucking essays out there. There's Yang fans putting full-on essays in the comments section. But I'll do my best. Please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery GoFundMe link is down there in the description box. Please donate. It's not for us. It's for someone else. It's for charity. So please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery GoFundMe link is down there, description box. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down. I fucked up. Give this video. It's too awkward now. What do I do? Fuck you.
Say you wanna get in.